Hey guys, okay, I know I look so tired, probably because I am so tired, but, and I'm sorry, I haven't been around, you guys. It's been probably over a week since I, posted a video. I just haven't felt, sorry, I just have not felt like doing videos at all. This little girl right here, yeah, see, she's starting up already. It's 7 o'clock at night and she's starting up. She has colic, really bad colic. And so it's been really difficult. Um, oh my goodness, I just haven't had. Come here, come here. Don't cry. Don't cry. No. Okay, sorry. I had to get her to sleep because there was going to be absolutely no way I could do a video with her sitting here screaming. But anyways, this is just kind of going to be a general update. It was intended to be a breastfeeding update, but I'm sure I will venture into other topics as well. Yeah, okay. First of all, I'm just going to tell you guys what's been going on with breastfeeding. I've been having a really, really rough experience. It started out great. When she was first born, she was nursing and all the time, whoa, she was nursing all the time without any problems. And then when she was about 4 weeks old, so about a month old, she, my supply started to kind of dwindle down a little bit, and I noticed a significant drop in my supply. So I started supplementing with formula quite often, which is probably my biggest mistake. I should never have supplemented with formula at all, because I'm sure that's what, caused my supply to continue to drop. However, I did keep nursing and I was pumping daily, like multiple times a day and at night. But at that point, she was getting 50-50. When she was a month old, she got half breast milk and half formula. So I'm like, okay, I wanted 100% breast milk, but hey, half and half, that's fine with me. So I was good with it. I was okay with her getting 50-50. And then about another 2 weeks after that, so when she was about 6.5 weeks old, I would guess, my supply dropped again, and this time it dropped so much to where I wasn't hardly getting any milk at all. I would pump and pump and pump, and I would nurse her, and she would just scream because she wasn't getting any milk at all. So at that point, I decided, okay, I'm just going to pump for an entire day just so I can have a visual and see how much milk I'm actually producing. And at that point, I was getting maybe 2 or 3 ounces a day, which is not enough to feed a baby at all. But of course, I gave her what I had. So for about 2 weeks after that, I was giving her 2 to 3 ounces a day of breast milk, and the rest was formula. And then a little bit after that, I started noticing my supply dropping again, and this time it dropped so much to where I was getting maybe 1 ounce a day, but I was keeping at it. I was not going to give up. I kept pumping, I kept breastfeeding, I kept doing everything possible that I could do to increase my supply, but nothing was working. So my plan was to keep it up, see how it goes. And then about a week and a half ago, I had my 2-month postpartum update. I'm such a YouTuber. I had my 2-month postpartum doctor's appointment. And I went in and, I was going to talk to my doctor about my milk supply dropping so much. And I was slightly aggravated with my doctor's attitude towards it because she said, oh, well, it's no big deal. Formula is awesome. There's nothing wrong with formula. She said, your body is probably just done with formula. She said, or done with breastfeeding. Go ahead and just do formula 100% of the time and don't feel guilty about it. She's like, oh, honey, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. And I'm sitting here like, really, like, instead of giving me advice on how to increase my supply or telling me what I can do to help, you tell me to just throw in the towel and stick with formula. It kind of irritated me that she had such a I don't really care attitude towards it. But we went on with the appointment or whatever. and just asking me how I was and told her I was doing good, you know. And then I told her that I'd been having a small pain on my right side. Now, I thought that this pain was just because I had a C-section and I'm recovering. Um, but I did have a slight pain on my right side. She's like, okay, well, lean back, you know, let me examine you. So she checked me out and everything. Turns out I have a cyst on my right ovary, a fairly large, a significantly sized cyst that could cause some minor pain and discomfort. Nothing dangerous, nothing like that. But she said in order to shrink that cyst, I needed to go on to birth control. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that's fine. You know, I'm 8 months or 8 weeks postpartum, so I guess that's fine. So she's gonna put me on birth control, and then I asked her if I could have the mini pill or the mini, is that what it's called? The mini pill? I don't know. One of the pills that's safe to have while breastfeeding. And she said I couldn't have that one because the estrogen levels in it were not high enough to shrink the cyst, and I needed high levels of estrogen in order to shrink it. So she put me on NuvaRing, which I've been on before. I like NuvaRing. It's fine. I have nothing against NuvaRing. So she gave me some NuvaRing and a prescription for it and everything, and I left and went home thinking, well, great. You know, in order to shrink the cyst, I have to take birth control, you know, to stop the pain. And because I'm taking birth control, that pretty much makes me throw in the towel for breastfeeding. So I kind of just suck it up and, you know, try to accept it and deal with it and, you know, accept the fact that my body's just done and it's not going to be able to do this anymore. So I had the NuvaRing in for about a week. And then, and every day I hated it. Piper was so fussy. She wanted to nurse so badly, and I couldn't nurse her because what little milk I did have left was going to be, you know, ravaged with estrogen and all of this stuff, and it's not good for babies to get such a high hormone level. So I didn't want to nurse her while I was on the birth control, but according to my doctor, I didn't think I had much of a choice. About a week after being on the birth control, I finally decided that it wasn't worth it, that every day I was going to regret giving up on breastfeeding. So I decided that I'd rather have a small crampy pain on my right side and be able to breastfeed than that go away and then, you know, her only be on formula. So I went off the NuvaRing and I took it out a week after having it in, which has kind of messed up my body hormonally. I can tell I'm way emotional. I'm kind of like going nuts right now. But I kind of expected that. So I know that will pass. But I got my cycle back today. So, and I don't know if it's my actual cycle or what, because I did go off the birth control, but I only had it in for 1 week. So I don't know how that works. But I went off of it and started pumping every hour and nursing her at every single feeding. And to start off with, this was about 4 days ago, to start off with, I was getting nothing. My milk supply had 100% dried up. I had no milk at all, none at all. So basically what I was facing at that point was trying to relactate, completely relactating, which I had no idea how to do that other than to just do what I'd been doing before. But I went to my local cloth diapering store, and I found some Mother's Love capsules that's supposed to help increase your milk supply and just really get your body back in breastfeeding mode. So I've been taking that, and it seems to have been helping a little bit. The last 3 or 4 days, the last 3 days, I got maybe a few drops of breast milk from pumping every single hour. And yes, I woke up in the middle of the night and I pumped at least every 2 hours in the middle of the night. I couldn't wake up every hour. That was not possible. But I woke up every 2 hours in the middle of the night pumping. And I've just been super diligent and super dedicated to trying to get my milk supply back. But I was only getting a few drops. I wasn't getting anything at all. And I continued nursing her again, of course. And then last night, I feel like last night was like my big breakthrough because I got half an ounce of breast milk. I pumped for probably 20 minutes on each breast, so probably 40 minutes total of pumping, and I only got half an ounce. But that half an ounce was significantly more than the few little measly drops that I had gotten the days before. So to me, that tells me that my body is starting to produce breast milk again, and it's starting to pick it back up. So I have tons and tons of hope that I'm going to be able to get my supply back up. The goal is to be able to just breastfeed her all the time. I want her to have 100% breast milk, but it is going to take some time for me to get my supply back up. And I'm probably expecting another month before it's back to anywhere where it was in the beginning. But I don't know, just if you guys have any advice, let me know. I'm eating tons of spinach and taking my Mother's Love capsules. I'm drinking tons of water. I'm getting tons of rest as much as I can with a baby with colic. But I'm doing everything that I can, and I feel pretty confident that things are going to work out. And if they don't, at least I cannot say that I gave up. I cannot say that I did not try every little thing possible. And it takes dedication to pump every 2 hours. It's hard, especially if we leave the house. That's really hard because I have to take my pump outside of the house with me, and I have to go find a private place somewhere where I can pump because my pump does not have a car adapter, go figure. What I need is a hospital grade breast pump, but we just cannot afford a hospital grade breast pump. We can't even afford to rent a hospital grade breast pump right now. Where I live right now, they're $85 a month, and that's just $85 a month that we just don't have to put towards that right now. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but as soon as I can, if I'm able to relactate, if things go according to plan, then I'm definitely going to buy a better breast pump because the one I have now is crap. Absolute crap. I have the first year's breast pump, not the Mino breast pump, the other one. I'll do a review on it at some point, but it's not a good breast pump. It's horrible. I have it on the highest setting possible, and it's still, the suction just is not there. So I'm sure that's part of the problem, which is also why I'm trying to nurse as frequently as possible. Anyway, wrapping it all up as far as the breastfeeding goes, working really hard to just relactate and get everything going with that. Again, tips, advice, very much needed and appreciated. Also, what else was I going to talk about? Oh my gosh, I don't even remember. Oh, my business. I've also been crazy busy getting my business going. I'm hopefully getting on with some realtors, local realtors, and I'm going to work for a realty agent. You know what I mean. I'm going to work with realtors, and I'm going to take pictures of some houses that are for sale so they can post them on the local website and all of that stuff, which doesn't pay a lot, but, you know, anything's better than nothing, and I can take the kids with me to do that kind of job, so that's super exciting. I have a lot of other clients that I'm booking, and it's just so exciting. I'm so excited to get into my photography business full-time. But, yeah, everything's going pretty good though. 2 kids is extremely challenging. I can't even tell you guys how challenging it is. Unless you have multiple kids, you don't know. But some days are easy, but some days are super, super difficult as well. Yesterday I wanted to pull out my hair and crawl under the covers and not get up for a very, very long time. But I think it's probably like hormone issues with me right now too. And Zoe's birthday is coming up at the end of August. So we've been planning her birthday party. I think we're going to do super, super low key this year. Every year we have always done this big, huge birthday bash for her. And I think we're just going to kind of keep it simple. We're just going to do a picnic in the park and that's it. Because she doesn't care. As long as she's got some friends there and she gets cake, she's good. But I'm thinking we're going to do a Rainbow Bright birthday theme. And I don't know if any of you guys even know what Rainbow Bright is, but it was a pretty big cartoon when I was a kid. One of my favorite cartoons. And I kind of thought I'd go old school with it and do a Rainbow Bright birthday theme. And I actually found some really cool vintage like birthday plates and all of this stuff. So I'm kind of excited for that. But that's really about it for now. Things are just so crazy. Um, Anyway, if there's a video you guys want me to do, let me know. I have cloth diapering update coming, Zoe update, Piper's 2-month update. I know you guys want to see Piper. I'm so sorry. She was just so fussy in this video. I intended on holding her the whole time, but she just got way too fussy and I couldn't do it. And I actually hear her crying right now. So I'm probably gonna have to cut this video a little short, but I'll talk to you guys later. Again, tips on breastfeeding would be much appreciated, but I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.